In a forgotten corner of a bustling city lived a man named Elias. His world was small, confined to the shadows of alleyways and the cold indifference of passers-by. Elias was born into poverty, a fate he carried like a heavy, invisible cloak. His clothes were patched, his face etched with a sorrow that seemed older than his years, and his stomach was a constant, aching void. Every day was a battle for survival, a search for a single coin, a leftover piece of bread, or just a moment of human warmth. But warmth was a luxury he was rarely afforded. When he approached people for help, doors were slammed in his face. When he looked for work, he was met with suspicion and disgust. "Go away," they'd sneer, "we don't want your kind here." Children would point and laugh, their cruel words piercing his heart like tiny, sharp daggers. Even those who once called him a friend turned their backs, ashamed to be associated with his misfortune. Elias was an outcast, a ghost haunting the edges of society, invisible to all but those who wished to scorn him. The loneliness was a crushing weight, heavier than any physical hunger. He would often sit by the old city fountain, watching families laugh and friends share stories, a universe away from his own reality. Tears would stream down his face, silent prayers whispered into the uncaring night. "Why, God?" he would ask, his voice choked with despair. "Have you forgotten me? Am I destined to suffer forever?" The silence that answered him was deafening. There were nights he felt so broken, so utterly alone, that the thought of giving up seemed like a sweet release. But even in his darkest moments, a tiny flickering ember of faith refused to be extinguished. He remembered his grandmother's words from long ago, "Elias, my child, when the world turns its back on you, turn your face to God. His door is never closed." Clinging to this memory, Elias began to pray not for riches or an easy life, but for strength. He prayed for the courage to face another day, for the resilience to endure the cruelty, and for a sign that he was not forgotten. He started finding solace not in the city's heartless streets, but in the quiet whispers of his own faith. He would wake before the sun, not to beg, but to find small ways to be useful. He would sweep the entrance of the local bakery, not for payment, but for the simple satisfaction of doing something good. He would help the elderly fruit seller arrange her stall, expecting nothing in return. People were still wary, but slowly a few began to notice his quiet dignity and unwavering kindness. The baker started leaving a warm loaf for him each morning. The fruit seller would hand him a ripe apple with a gentle smile. These small acts were not charity, they were acknowledgements of his humanity. One day, a wealthy merchant, Mr. Chen, was passing through the market when his car broke down. His driver was flustered, unable to fix the problem. Everyone just stared, unwilling to help the rich man in his moment of trouble. But Elias, without hesitation, came forward. He had picked up some mechanical skills from watching a local garage. With humility and focus, he worked on the engine, and within an hour, the car roared back to life. Mr. Chen was astonished. He had seen this poor man around, had even dismissed him like everyone else. But now he saw not a beggar, but a resourceful and honest individual. He offered Elias a handsome reward, but Elias politely refused. "Your gratitude is enough, sir," he said. "I was just glad I could help." Deeply moved by his integrity, Mr. Chen offered him something more valuable, a job as a caretaker on his estate. For Elias, it was a miracle. He worked with a passion and dedication that amazed everyone. He was honest, hardworking, and treated everyone with the same respect he had always craved. Mr. Chen saw the immense potential in him and began to mentor him, teaching him about business and life. Elias absorbed everything like a dry sponge, his sharp mind finally given the chance to flourish. Years passed, and with Mr. Chen's guidance and his own relentless effort, Elias's life transformed. He was no longer the man in rags. He started his own small logistics company, which, through his honesty and hard work, grew into a thriving enterprise. He became a respected figure in the city, known for his generosity and his commitment to helping those in need. He built shelters for the homeless and started programs to feed the hungry. He never forgot where he came from. One day, he attended a large city gala. As he stood there, successful and confident, he saw the very people who had once scorned him. They now approached him with fawning smiles, hoping for a moment of his time, a piece of his success. The friends who had abandoned him, the shopkeepers who had shooed him away, they all stood there, their faces a mixture of awe and regret. They had become unwilling witnesses to the triumph of the man they had once deemed worthless. But Elias felt no anger, only a quiet sense of peace. He smiled, a genuine, warm smile, and treated them with kindness. His success was not his revenge. His forgiveness was the story of Elias, teaches us profound lessons. First, never judge anyone by their current circumstances. A person's worth is not defined by their wealth or appearance, but by the content of their character. Second, faith, whether in a higher power, in humanity, or in oneself, is the anchor that can hold you steady in the most violent storms of life. It provides the strength to endure when all seems lost. And finally, your difficult past does not have to define your future. Resilience, integrity, and kindness are powerful forces that can turn rejection into redirection and suffering into strength. Elias's life is a testament that even when the world writes you off, your story is not over. The greatest comebacks are often born from the deepest setbacks. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiration.